Oliver Reed, the British actor, holds a distinguished position among history's legendary drinkers for his remarkable alcohol consumption and the extravagant lifestyle he embraced in pursuit of his love for drink. While history boasts numerous noteworthy imbibers, Reed stands out as a truly singular individual. Join us today as we cover the legend Oliver Reed. Born Robert Oliver Reed on February 13, 1938, at 9 Durrington Park Road in Wimbledon, southwest London, to Peter Reed, a sports journalist, and Marcia, he was deeply rooted in a family with ties to the entertainment industry. His uncle was the renowned film director Sir Carroll Reed, and his grandfather was the esteemed actor-manager Sir Herbert Beerbourne. Reed claimed to have been a descendant, through an illegitimate step, of Peter the Great, Tsar of Russia. Reed's rebellious nature manifested early on, as he grew into a physically imposing figure, deterring any attempts at bullying with his formidable size and strength. Reed's defiance was evident even in his schooling days, where he became a legend for his unwavering resistance to punishment. Reed's towering physical presence made him an imposing figure from a young age, rendering him immune to the taunts and bullying that plagued many of his peers. A rebel at heart, he fearlessly challenged authority, even in the face of punishment. When his headmaster wielded the cane in disciplinary measures, Reed's stoic defiance earned him a legendary status among his schoolmates. Despite enduring severe blows that left his fingers resembling swollen sausages, Reed remained unflinching, cheekily asserting that the pain was inconsequential. It wasn't until the cane met his backside that Reed, albeit begrudgingly, acknowledged the excruciating sting. In his journey to adulthood, Reed traversed various professions, embodying the spirit of adventure and resilience. From the grit of the boxing ring to the vigilance of a bouncer, the hustle of a taxi driver, and the compassion of a hospital porter, he embraced each role with gusto. His path eventually led him to fulfill his mandatory military service in the Royal Army Medical Corps, an experience he later credited for revealing the theatrical nature inherent in human interactions. Reed's journey into the world of acting began humbly, with uncredited roles as an extra in various films and television shows. Among these early appearances were fleeting moments in Ken Anakin's Value for Money and Norman Wisdom's The Square Peg, as well as brief stints in television series like The Invisible Man, The For Just Men, and The Third Man. Despite these initial forays into the industry, Reed's breakthrough came with his portrayal of Richard of Gloucester in the BBC TV series The Golden Spur. Yet, immediate recognition did not follow, as he continued to toil in uncredited roles in films such as The Captain's Table, Upstairs and Downstairs, and Life is a Circus, among others. It wasn't until his involvement with Hammer Films that Reed began to gain traction, notably in The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll, where he portrayed a bouncer under the direction of Terence Fisher. Further collaborations with Hammer Films ensued, including roles in The Bulldog Breed and Sword of Sherwood Forest, where he earned his first significant role directed by Fisher once again. Despite these breakthroughs, Reed oscillated between small roles in films such as His and Hers and No Love for Johnny, and more substantial projects like The Rebel alongside Tony Hancock. Notably, his role as Sebastian in the ITV series It's Cold Outside garnered him considerable attention among teenagers, elevating him to idol status for the first time in his burgeoning career. Leading Man. In 1961, Reed secured his breakout role in The Curse of the Werewolf, portraying a young man plagued by a sinister transformation into a werewolf under the glow of the full moon. The following year, he further solidified his presence in the realm of cinematic horror with appearances in Pirates of the Blood River alongside Christopher Lee and Captain Clegg alongside Peter Cushing. However, it was in 1963 that Reed garnered widespread acclaim for his portrayal of a lecherous gang leader in The Damned, a role that showcased his versatility as an actor. Throughout the mid-1960s, he continued to showcase his talent in diverse projects, including The Brigand of Kandahar, 1965, and the action-adventure film The Trap, 1966. Yet, it was his unforgettable performance as the villainous Bill Sikes in the classic musical adaptation of Oliver that truly left an indelible mark on audiences. Transitioning from supporting to lead roles, Reed embraced the challenge of portraying complex characters, such as the assassin in the black comedy The Assassin Bureau. However, it was his role in A Women in Love that propelled him to international fame, particularly for his homoerotic wrestling scene with Alan Bates. The film, known for its bold depiction of male nudity, sparked controversy and cemented Reed's status as a daring and boundary-pushing actor. Throughout the 1970s, Reed continued to tackle a diverse array of roles, from the western The Hunting Party, to the swashbuckling adventure The Three Musketeers, and the controversial drama The Devils. Despite achieving international recognition in the film industry during this period, Reed's fame proved fleeting, overshadowed by his tumultuous personal life and reputation for unpredictability. During this period, Reed found himself in the company of three other iconic British actors, Richard Burton, Richard Harris, and Peter O'Toole. Together, they indulged in a lifestyle marked by heavy drinking, reckless behavior, and public altercations, often resulting in vandalism and brawls with unsuspecting bystanders. This tumultuous phase took its toll on Reed's career, leading to a downward spiral that would define the subsequent years. Facing a string of disappointments at the box office, Reed's filmography became littered with unsuccessful ventures, particularly in the realm of horror cinema. Projects like Dr. Heckle and Mr. Hype, The Sting 2, Venom, and Spasms failed to resonate with audiences, further exacerbating his professional woes. Undeterred, Reed continued to sign on for lackluster productions, including the forgettable Fanny Hill, 1983, and the ill-fated screwball comedy Two of a Kind released the same year. Despite these setbacks, Reed found occasional success in television, notably portraying Martin Pinzone in the two-part miniseries, Christopher Columbus in 1985. The following year, he ventured into the realm of erotic thriller with Castaway, portraying a middle-aged man seeking companionship on a deserted island, juxtaposed against an uninteresting desk clerk. As the years progressed, Reed transitioned into supporting roles in films such as Gore, Prisoner of Honor, and The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. However, it wasn't until the 1990s that Reed began to overcome the personal demons that had plagued his career. His portrayal in Return to Lonesome Dove, 1993, marked a turning point, followed by a memorable role in the acclaimed comedy Funny Bones, alongside Oliver Platt and Jerry Lewis. In 1999, Reed found himself back in the spotlight with roles in the historical thriller Marco Polo and the comedy Parting Shots. Tragically, his final film appearance in Gladiator was left incomplete as he passed away before filming concluded. In the film, he portrayed a gruff former gladiator who plays a pivotal role in shaping Russell Crowe's character into a champion of the arena, leaving behind a legacy that endures in cinematic history. Reed immortalized the character of the noble musketeer Athos in Richard Lester's adaptation of Alexandre Dumas' timeless tale, The Three Musketeers. His portrayal captivated audiences worldwide, earning him accolades and solidifying his status as one of the most memorable actors of his generation. Such was the impact of his performance that he was recast as Athos in the sequel, The Four Musketeers, and featured prominently in the adaptation, The Return of the Musketeers. His prowess on the silver screen was further affirmed by his recognition as the fifth most popular star at the box office, as ranked by British exhibitors. Even beyond his iconic role as Athos, Reed's presence commanded attention and left an indelible mark on the film industry. Despite his untimely passing, Reed's talent continued to be celebrated, earning him posthumous nominations for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor and the Screen Actors Guild Award for his role in Gladiator. The film itself, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture, served as a poignant tribute to Reed, underscoring the enduring impact of his contributions to cinema. In 1959, Reed exchanged vows with Kate Byrne, with whom he welcomed a son named Mark before their eventual divorce in 1969. It was during the filming of Oliver, in 1968, that Reed encountered Jackie Darrell, a classically trained dancer also involved in the production. Their connection blossomed into a romantic relationship, resulting in the birth of their daughter, Sarah. However, in 1985, Reed entered into marriage once more, this time with Josephine Budge, with whom he remained until his passing. Their union, which began in 1985, led them to settle in Churchtown, County Cork, Ireland, during Reed's final years. In December 1974, Reed made an appearance on BBC Radio 4's Desert Island Discs, a program where guests, or castaways, share insights into their lives while selecting 8 favorite songs. During his episode, Reed revealed Claude Debussy's Jardin sous la pluie as his favorite musical piece. Additionally, when asked to choose a book and an inanimate luxury item for a desert island, Reed opted for Ada Milne's Winnie the Pooh and an inflatable rubber woman, respectively. In the swinging atmosphere of the Crazy Elephant nightclub in Leicester Square back in 1964, Oliver Reed found himself embroiled in a dramatic altercation that would leave a lasting mark on his life and career. A dispute at the bar escalated quickly, culminating in Reed walking away with a dismissive remark. Little did he know, trouble lurked around the corner as he made his way to the restroom. In a shocking turn of events, he was viciously attacked with broken bottles, resulting in 63 stitches and permanent scarring to one side of his face. Reed, initially fearing the end of his burgeoning film career, faced the grim reality of his newfound physical adversity. Despite his resilient spirit, Reed encountered further challenges in his professional life. In 1993, he faced a lawsuit from his former stuntman and friend, Reg Prince, over an alleged spinal injury incurred during the filming of Castaway, a legal battle that would test their relationship and Reed's reputation. Throughout his career, Reed navigated the turbulent waters of Hollywood and British taxation policies with a steadfast resolve. Despite tempting opportunities across the pond, he remained rooted in his homeland, ultimately becoming a tax exile in Guernsey in the late 1970s. His staunch patriotism and unwavering support for British military efforts, such as during the Falklands War, underscored his deep connection to his country. In a revealing biography published in 2013 by Robert Sellers titled "What Fresh Lunacy Is This?", the authorized biography of Oliver Reed, the enigmatic actor's tumultuous life and career were explored in depth, shedding light on the complexities of a man who defied convention at every turn. In the colorful tapestry of Oliver Reed's life, his reputation as a legendary drinker looms large, embellished with tales of epic proportions and wild escapades. One such story recounts Reed and a group of 36 companions embarking on an evening of revelry that saw them consume an astonishing array of libations: 60 gallons of beer, 32 bottles of scotch, 17 bottles of gin, 4 crates of wine, and a lone bottle of Babicum. However, Reed himself later clarified this seemingly Herculean feat, attributing it to a more modest 106 pints of beer over a 2-day period surrounding his marriage to Josephine Budge, dismissing the exaggerated accounts as the stuff of legend. In a memorable encounter with Hollywood icon Steve McQueen in the 1970s, Reed's penchant for excess was on full display. After a discussion regarding a film project, Reed proposed a night out in London, resulting in a raucous pub crawl that culminated in Reed's unfortunate encounter with McQueen's attire. Among his drinking comrades, Reed found a kindred spirit in Keith Moon, the flamboyant drummer of The Who. Their bond over a shared affinity for hedonistic lifestyles and admiration for the hard-drinking actor Robert Newton forged a close friendship. However, despite the allure of his larger-than-life persona, Reed grappled with the darker consequences of his alcoholism, as recounted by friends like Sir Christopher Lee, who witnessed the transformation from jovial companion to unsettling presence after a few drinks. Despite his frustration at being pigeonholed as merely a drinking sensation rather than celebrated for his acting prowess, Reed's tumultuous relationship with alcohol often took center stage, as demonstrated in a notorious incident on The Tonight Show when Shelley Winters doused him with whiskey in response to his controversial remarks about feminism. In the intricate mosaic of Reed's life, his legendary drinking exploits remain a captivating facet, forever intertwined with his cinematic legacy and larger-than-life persona. Oliver Reed found himself at the center of attention, both applauded and admonished for his unabashed candor and audacious antics. His candid remarks on BBC One's Sin on Saturday, particularly regarding the sin of lust, contributed to the demise of the program, although Reed was only one player in a larger drama plagued by myriad issues. Witnesses recall Reed's reluctant participation, suggesting he sensed the impending train wreck and required some coaxing to face the cameras. As Reed's life journey neared its end, television appearances took on a peculiar twist, with some programs exploiting his reputation for imbibing with secret cameras and strategically placed bottles of vodka. Yet, Reed dismissed these antics as mere theatrics, claiming full awareness of the supposed clandestine filming and the substitution of vodka for water, insisting he was merely acting drunk for a paycheck. However, the line between reality and performance blurred further when Reed's behavior spilled off-screen, as evidenced by his drunken escapade on Channel 4's After Dark, where his advances towards feminist writer Kate Millett scandalized viewers. Yet, some speculate that Reed's televised inebriation was more a calculated performance than genuine intoxication, orchestrated by producers to inject drama into otherwise mundane chat shows. Despite his larger-than-life persona, Reed's battles with alcoholism took a toll on his health, culminating in serious kidney problems in December 1987, forcing him into a year-long hiatus from drinking on medical advice. His legal entanglements, such as his 1981 arrest in Vermont on charges of disturbing the peace and assault, further underscored the tumultuous nature of his existence. In the grand theater of Oliver Reed's life, the lines between reality and performance often blurred, leaving behind a legacy as complex and enigmatic as the man himself. On a fateful afternoon in Valletta, Malta, during a break from filming the epic Gladiator, tragedy struck as Oliver Reed succumbed to a heart attack, leaving behind a legacy etched in both triumph and turmoil. The circumstances surrounding his untimely demise added another layer of complexity to his storied life. According to accounts from Gladiator screenwriter David Franzoni, Reed's final hours were spent in a fateful encounter with sailors from the British frigate HMS Cumberland, culminating in an ill-fated drinking challenge that proved fatal. Despite valiant efforts from friends to revive him, Reed's journey ended tragically in the back of an ambulance en route to the hospital. He departed this world at the age of 61, leaving behind a void in the hearts of many. Reflecting on Reed's final moments, actor Omid Dalalai, who was also in Malta during the filming of Gladiator, dispelled the notion that Reed had willingly embraced his demise, highlighting the pressures he faced in succumbing to the allure of a drinking competition. Despite Reed's pledges to director Ridley Scott to abstain from alcohol during filming, his struggle with temptation persisted, with co-star David Hemmings assuming the role of a concerned guardian angel. In the serene countryside of Churchtown, Ireland, where Reed had sought solace in his final years, friends and loved ones gathered to bid farewell in a poignant funeral ceremony. His earthly remains found their resting place in the Bruhenny graveyard, marked by a simple yet profound epitaph that encapsulated the essence of a man who left an indelible mark on the world. He made the air move. As the curtains closed on Reed's tumultuous journey, his legacy continued to reverberate through the annals of cinematic history, a testament to a life lived with unbridled passion and unwavering intensity.